Mickeys and Minnies. It's the Dizzney Girl, and today's video we're going to put together a shadow box so I can display my Magic of Honor pins collection from the year of 2019. It's the Dizzney Girl, and let's get started to make our shadow box with our Magic of Honor pins. There are 12 pins, one for each month, and they highlight special rides throughout the different 4 parks. And it took me a year to get these. I looked up on eBay. This whole set with the paper backings retailed at eBay for about $350. So even though these don't have the backings, this is still going to be a really nice collection, my first big legit collection. So sometimes I got them at the park, sometimes I got them at Booster Packs and Beyond. They changed their name. I'm not sure what it is now, but I'll let you guys know later in another video when we talk about pins. But I wrote down the months of the year and what they are, so I can put them in that order. I have some cork. I got 4 pieces for $11.99 at Hobby Lobby, and they come with these sticky pieces in case you want to stick them up on your wall. I have this really nice piece of scrapbooking paper. It's textured, and I thought that it would be perfect for the pins. I got this at Hobby Lobby for $1.99. My sister gave me this shadow box. Now, this is the bottom part, and then it will open up like this, and I can hang it on the wall. However, to measure the correct cord or cork board, I can't just measure this because there's a lip around the frame here when this pushes it in. So I was like, how am I going to get that? So what I decided to do is I'm going to put the back of this back in here quickly. It clips like a frame. Then I got a piece of white paper, you know, the kind you put in your printer. And what I kind of did it before, but what I'm showing you now is I'm fitting it inside the box, and I'm going to the very, very edge. The very edge of the box, and I'm creasing it. And I'm going here to the very edge of the box. Then I'm going to give it a little fold over. So we have the exact measurement right here, so we can cut out our cork board. And that is a little smaller than the backing of this, as you can tell, because of the lip. Okay, so next I have my cork board. Now my husband said you're probably going to want to use 2 pieces of cork board, just because what he did was we looked at how long the lengths of the pins were, and if you go like this, it pretty much goes to the edge there. So we wanted a little bit of a buffer. So that's why we're going to use 2 pieces of cork board. So I've got to get the X-Acto knife so we can cut this. It's time to use our template that we measured for the box and cut our cork board. Usually my husband does all this crafty stuff, but I said, no, I'm going to try it. And so I'm just tracing this. Let's see. I'm so nervous about doing this because I usually have my husband do all these things, but I said, nope, I'm going to do it. So, alright, so as you can see, I traced it. And it's interesting. Cork, it's just, I don't know, it has a weird smell. Now, I thought I had an X-Acto knife. I don't. I have these real razor blades. So I guess I'm just going to go in here and then try my best to stay on this line. Like if I had a saw or something like a jigsaw, but it's a razor blade. So I am cutting ever so slowly. My hand's a little shaky, so I'm wondering, is it going to be straight or not? So if you hear rustling in the bag, we foster kittens, and one of the kittens is on my bed playing. So that's what that is. Okay? Alright, it looks like I might be able to bend it. Ooh, look at this. Alright, I want to, so it's just kind of like, you know, something that's perforated, whatever you want to say it. Because I don't want to rip the cork. Looks like it could tear kind of easily. They also have cork you can get on a roll, but it's like half the size of this. So I would not suggest using cork from a roll because it's not going to be thick enough for your Disney pins if you're doing a project. So we have this piece here. Let's see how good did it fit what we needed. Perfecto. So now, because we're going to do 2 pieces, let's see. I mean, once we get it together, we might not need 2 pieces, but, so I'm just tracing this here. Now we're going to go to it again. All right. Sometimes it's hard for me to be patient and go slow when I'm doing projects. And my family always teases me because I stick out my tongue when I'm doing projects. So I'm sure I've already done that. Yep, I just did it. Okay, let's see here. Oops, all right, kind of bend it. I wonder what cork is made out of. It smells very earthy, almost kind of like mulch a little bit. I don't know. That'll be an interesting thing to look up on Google. Google, how is cork made? All right. And I always wonder, why did they choose cork? You know, like a cork for a wine bottle. There must be some reason. All right, so we have this. They look pretty good. Now, let's take our paper and we've got to go grab some scissors. So next, we're going to put our paper on. Let's clean up our workspace. We've got the razor blade we're putting back together. I also have some glue because I said to my husband, well, we got to attach it to this one cork board somehow, but just a little bit of glue because really the pins all sticking to it are going to make it stick, but I think, you know, just kind of putting something in the corners. Right, we're going to take a piece of the cork board. We're going to line that up here. All right. Let's see. I think that's lined up pretty good. And just kind of tracing the cork here. I used to do scrapbooking a long time ago. Like my first child, she has a lot of scrapbooks, and then my second child was like, Mom, why don't you have any scrapbooks for me? So, I don't know if that ever happened to you guys, but, alright, so now, I'm cutting it as straight as I can. I can't wait to see if it fits. Okay? Yay! Alright, of course I'm going to keep this, because I've got plans for that, and plans for this extra cork. Let nothing go to waste. Alright, so we have this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fit it all together before I glue it. Again, the back of this is just like the clips on a photo frame. So let's see. We would put this in like, let's see, like this, and then everything should stop because of the lip. Alright, let's see. Okay, it's not all fit together yet, but ooh, that's what it looks like. So let's see what I need to do here. I think if I just glue this to one of these and then just stack it all up, it should work. So we've got some glue from the Dollar Tree, and we have some tacky glue. Let's use the tacky glue. Of course, we don't want to put it everywhere because we want to be able to put our pins through it. So I'm thinking just like a little dab there and a little dab there, just like a little circle dab, and one there, because they're not going to be like up, right up to the edge. I'm going to do one in the middle, and there, and one there. We flip it over, and we place it ever so gently on the cork board, and we press, pressing where we put the glue. Looks pretty snazzy. Looks pretty snazzy. Now, to be honest, how well does glue stick to cork? I don't know. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry about the glue, and I'm going to start to figure out how I'm going to line up my pins. I didn't stick them in, but I'm trying to figure out exactly the best way to do it. And definitely the weight of the pins is helping with the scrapbooking paper. There are 12, so I just have like 5, and then I have 2. But I kind of got to work on how to space them. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 4, 4, and 3, or how I'm going to work with it. But I'm beginning to use my imagination. I'm realizing that I'm having to rearrange, so when I take it out, you see a little hole, but because the sizes of the metal part are not the same, which therefore I don't want to get them out of order. So it's kind of tedious. It's not perfect because the sizes of the pins I tried to figure out, should I do 5, 5, and then 2, or like a pyramid? And my husband came in and said, why don't you do 4 in each row and just stagger them? So I did. It's not 100% symmetrical, but that's okay. I did realize that, remember how I said that I didn't think anything was going to stick to cork? Well, that was a lie, because my little dots that I put on the bottom of the scrapbooking paper actually did adhere, that's a fun word, adhere to the backing. So, some of my metals, let's see. Again, this isn't done perfectly, but now we're going to try to put it all together so you guys can witness this. Alright, so when we hang it up, I'm going to want to hang it up like this. Alright, now that means I've got to turn it over like this, and I'm going to try to see if, okay, nothing's popping through here on the back, so that means that it just gives extra protection for the pins. Remember we said we were going to do 2 pieces of cork. Maybe I should just put this on, let's see, which way is it going to open up? It's going to open up this way, so I want it this way. This is why I don't do arts and crafts a lot. Alright, so let's see if we can try to place it down. Just, I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do this. Let's maybe see about putting it in this way, because I really don't want the dropping it down like that. I don't think is the best way. So we're going in from the bottom, people. We're going in from the bottom. Now, I'm gonna flip it. I don't really know what that did, but oh, this is interesting. This is, oh, see, you can see the pins are coming out on this first piece of cork. They're falling directly down, and I don't know, part of me thinks that I should just do the one piece. They look really cool, and now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this back. So, alright, so we got that in. Let's put this next piece of cork in as a buffer. Now this is where it gets interesting, because it has to fit underneath this lip, and it's a little big. This is why I don't do art projects. But if it's there, maybe I can cut some off a little bit. Maybe just a little bit around the edges. How much? I don't know. But I could try just to take down. I don't even know how much this would be. Just kind of guessing. Right. Good thing Dizzney Girl does not have a craft channel. Not very crafty. I have good ideas, but it's like how to actually put them together. That's when my husband comes in, because he knows how to do all that stuff. There, I think this will work. Let's try, right? So all we can do is try. I wish that it was a little over there and it's kind of close down there, but for right now, you know what? This is not going to be perfect. I just want to get it done and be able to display these. Sometime maybe later, it can be redone by a professional. You know, you can take it and you can pay and you can have somebody like, you know, from Mickeys or whatever do it professionally. So maybe. Some of them don't go the whole way, but I think I got it enough. Ta-da! I did it! The shadow box! Yay! Well, I'm going to clean it up and we'll go through and look at the pins more in detail later. All right, this is January, and that is the Enchanted Tiki Room. It actually says it right there, Enchanted Tiki Room, and of course that's from Magic Kingdom. That's January. February, right here, is Dumbo, and that is from Magic Kingdom. Then we move over to Epcot, Figment right there, and Journey into Imagination. April, we go to Animal Kingdom, Expedition Everest. And I don't know if you can tell, but this part, the Yeti, is actually painted white. May, this is one of my favorites, Haunted Mansion. This one is actually feels a little heavier than the other ones, and they're all pretty thick. But as you can see, looking at that one, looking at this one's just thicker. Now I was thinking, why did they put Haunted Mansion for May? I was thinking, well, maybe October, that would make more sense, you know, Halloween. But maybe May is when the Haunted Mansion came to be. I'm not exactly sure. That would be something good to look up. June, we go back to Epcot for Spaceship Earth. And this is so awesome because whenever they do the refurb of Spaceship Earth, I will always have this to remember the iconic things that were just awesome about this ride. We've got the guy with the horns, the Viking guy. Here's our computer lady with those cool disco boots and the big afro. Here's the guy selling the newspapers saying that the Civil War has ended. So that is Spaceship Earth. July, we go to Hollywood Studios. None of these have actually been from Hollywood Studios. This is the first Hollywood Studios, and it's Star Tours. Lots of nice details. Again, it's a little bit lighter, and actually these two are darker metal color. This is lighter. August, we go to Animal Kingdom again for Kilimanjaro Safari. Now this is interesting because this one is kind of a bronze so far out of the collection. This is a bronze. And it says Kilimanjaro, and then down here, Safari. And the ribbons actually, the colors of the ribbons actually mean something because they have to do with the colors that are associated with the ride, or they are colors that are in the cast members' costumes. That's what I was told about the selection for the colors. We come down to September. Now this one is very gold, and it's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. These are all, I'll read upside down, limited edition of 2,000. So there are only 1,999 of these pins waiting out there for somebody else to have, because I've got one out of the 2,000. October, this is a good one, the Great Movie Ride from Hollywood Studios. It no longer exists, and it is one of my favorite rides. And right here, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm pointing to it and it says, gosh, this is swell. Mickey Mouse, and it says 5/1/89. So I'm assuming that that's probably when this movie ride opened, was 5/1/89. November. It's a Small World. And it's down here in small letters. It's a Small World. This one is definitely like a bright silver. And again, lots of detail. And then the last one for December is Pirates of the Caribbean. Woo! And this one is kind of more of a dark goldish color. All right, guys. Remember, life is good. Make the most of it and keep smiling. Bye for now. To put together. Oh my gosh. Ah! Did you nose? There goes my tongue again. Ay, ay, ay. Just touched it. Did you nose? Okay, Lena, you're going to have to edit this out.